What if happiness wasn't something you chased, but something you cultivated from within? The Stoics, the ancient philosophers of resilience and wisdom, knew that true happiness is not tied to external circumstances. They believed that a content and joyful life comes from mastering one's mind, not bending the world to your desires. In this guide, we'll dive deep into Stoic philosophy, exploring its profound teachings to show you how to transform your perspective on happiness. 1. Accepting what you can and can't control. Central to Stoic philosophy is the understanding that some things are within your control, and others are not. Epictetus, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, argued that we should focus only on what we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Everything outside of this realm, such as the opinions of others, the past, or even random events, are things we should relinquish any desire to control. This mindset shift is incredibly liberating. Imagine how much suffering you could avoid if you stopped worrying about external factors, weather, traffic, or other people's behavior. If you can let go of things outside your control, you'll free yourself from unnecessary distress and find peace in focusing on your response to situations rather than the situations themselves. 2. The power of perspective. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, constantly reminded himself that it is not events that disturb us, but our judgments about those events. It's a reminder that two people could experience the same event and have completely different emotional reactions depending on how they frame it. Stoicism teaches that we can train our minds to reframe adversity. Instead of seeing a challenging situation as an obstacle, it can be seen as an opportunity to grow. This is not blind optimism, but practical wisdom. When something happens, ask yourself, how can this make me stronger? How can I improve from this? 3. Cultivate virtue above all else. To the Stoics, happiness was inseparable from virtue. Virtue, for them, meant living in accordance with reason and in harmony with nature, acting with justice, courage, wisdom, and self-discipline. They believed that a virtuous person would naturally be content, because their happiness doesn't depend on fleeting pleasures or material success, but on the satisfaction of knowing they are living in alignment with their highest values. This is a radical departure from modern ideas of happiness, which often involve the pursuit of wealth, status, or pleasure. Stoicism teaches that true fulfillment comes from the pursuit of wisdom and integrity. If you act virtuously in all situations, no matter how difficult, you will find a deep and lasting happiness that is immune to external circumstances. 4. Practice negative visualization. A practice often overlooked in modern discussions of Stoicism is the technique of negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum. This involves regularly contemplating the worst-case scenarios in life, losing a job, experiencing failure, or suffering loss, not to dwell in fear, but to remind yourself that these things are part of life, and you can survive them. This practice prepares you mentally for life's uncertainties, making you less likely to be caught off guard when adversity strikes. More importantly, it trains your mind to appreciate what you have now. When you visualize losing something, you suddenly become more grateful for it in the present. By regularly contemplating life's fragility, you become more resilient, appreciative, and ultimately happier. 5. Detach from external validation. One of the most powerful Stoic teachings is the idea that your happiness should never be dependent on the opinions or approval of others. Too often, we allow our self-worth to be dictated by how we are perceived. Whether it's a compliment or criticism, we either puff up with pride or shrink with self-doubt based on how others view us. Stoicism encourages you to detach from this. What others think of you is beyond your control, and their opinions are often colored by their own biases and insecurities. Instead, focus on your own values and judgment. If you know you're acting in accordance with your principles, that should be enough to give you inner peace. This mindset helps you remain confident and stable, even in the face of external criticism or praise. 6. Embrace discomfort. Stoicism doesn't teach us to avoid hardship, but to embrace it as a necessary part of growth. The Stoics often practiced voluntary discomfort to build mental toughness and remind themselves of their ability to endure. Whether it was fasting, exposing themselves to cold, or living with fewer comforts, they believed that facing discomfort head-on was a path to greater resilience. Modern life often prioritizes comfort and ease, but constant comfort can make us weak and vulnerable to even small difficulties. Stoicism suggests that we regularly seek out discomfort to remind ourselves of our inner strength. This doesn't mean unnecessary suffering, but controlled exposure to challenges that build your mental and physical resilience. The next time you face an uncomfortable situation, instead of seeking an escape, embrace it as an opportunity to strengthen your mind and grow. 7. Practice gratitude daily. While Stoicism is often associated with resilience in the face of hardship, it also has a profound focus on gratitude. Marcus Aurelius begins many of his writings by expressing thanks for the people around him and the opportunities life has given him to improve. Gratitude, for the Stoics, is not just about feeling good. It's a practice of maintaining perspective. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to take things for granted, from the people in our lives to the simple pleasures of each day. Practicing gratitude daily helps remind you of what you have, rather than always focusing on what you lack. This shift in focus can significantly enhance your happiness by keeping you grounded in the present and appreciative of your current life. 8. Memento mori. Remember your mortality. Memento mori means, remember that you will die. While this might sound grim at first, the Stoics used this concept to inspire them to live fully in the moment. By keeping the reality of death in mind, they were motivated to make the most of their limited time. Recognizing your mortality can clarify what truly matters in life. It helps strip away superficial concerns and directs your focus toward what will have lasting meaning. When you realize that life is finite, you stop wasting time on trivial pursuits and begin to invest in what will bring you lasting fulfillment, whether it's relationships, wisdom, or self-improvement. 9. Inner peace through solitude. The Stoics believed that happiness could be found in solitude. While we are social creatures, and relationships are important, the Stoics taught that solitude offers an opportunity for deep self-reflection. Time spent alone can help you reconnect with your true self, unclouded by the noise and distractions of society. Marcus Aurelius frequently advised taking time to retreat into oneself, to clear the mind of external influences and focus on one's inner world. In a world that's constantly pulling you in different directions, taking a moment to step back and reflect can bring immense peace and clarity. Solitude, according to Stoicism, is not loneliness but a time to grow in wisdom and contentment. 10. Be mindful of your thoughts. In Stoic philosophy, your thoughts shape your reality. What you think about influences how you experience the world. Marcus Aurelius believed that we can choose to think thoughts that either strengthen us or weaken us. If your mind is filled with negativity, frustration, and resentment, your life will reflect those emotions. But if you fill your mind with thoughts of gratitude, purpose, and virtue, you will find peace and contentment. Stoicism encourages you to challenge negative thoughts and replace them with thoughts that lead to growth, understanding, and inner calm. If you found value in this ancient wisdom, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more life-changing insights rooted in Stoic philosophy. Share this video with someone who needs a fresh perspective on happiness, and let's spread the power of Stoic thought together.